years old. Today I will tell you stories about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This is the fairy tale that I love. So continue to the story. Let me show you. Let's go. Once upon a time in a kingdom there lived a king and a queen. The queen was newborn to a child called Snow White. Everyone called Snow White because her skin was white as snow and her lips was red as an apple. And one day the queen passed out from her illness. The king was very sad, and he had married another woman that is the evil witch. She wanted to be the prettiest than anyone in the world. So every day she stood in front of the mirror and says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them all?" The mirror says, "It was you, my queen." One day, the queen was stood in front of the mirror like she always does, and said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them all?" The mirror says, "You are the prettiest of them all, my queen." But the magic mirror paused. When Snow White grew up, she will be the prettiest of them all. The queen was very angry and said to the hunter that took Snow White into the forest, the queen said, and kill her. The hunter said her hunter cannot resist, so he resisted and secretly took Snow White into the forest. The hunters go and Snow White go to the edge of the forest. The hunter thinks that if he killed the princess, he would be killed by the king. He killed by the king, and so the hunters see a small cabin, and think, "I should leave the princess here." And he does. He leaves the princess and ran away. The hunter did not know that was the seventh dwarf house, and the princess started to cry and opened the door. Was one of the seven dwarfs. He said, "Oh, a baby!" And another walked out. "Look at that! She's a baby!" And so the seven dwarfs walked out of the home. They see the baby, and they all says, "Ooh, what a cute little girl! She must be the princess." So that day on, the seven dwarfs became Snow White's dad. When she was five, one of the dwarfs teach her that she could not eat any of the mushroom are good, but she cannot eat any of the mushrooms that are pointed white, or you will be deaf, said the dwarf. Another dwarf Snow White that if you see a snake, do not run away. Just walk backward and slowly, and the snake will don't hear you, don't hear your footsteps. Or if you run, it will bite you. Snow White cried, "Oh, that's so scared!" And like the magic mirror says, she grew up to be a beautiful lady. One day, Snow White was walking through the forest, picking berries, and while she was picking berries, she heard a male voice, the male voice says, "Help me, help my horse." Snow White come over and she hear the sound behind the bush. She opened the bush, she wiped the bush out and see a young man and the horse. Snow White asked, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And what's wrong with your horse?" I was going in the forest. I was going to the forest to hunt. My horse got hungry, and I feed the horse some mushroom and grass under that tree. The Snow White see the grass and mushroom under that tree and said, "You shouldn't feed the horse that mushroom to the horse." Snow White says, "If you feed the horse that mushroom, your horse will be dead and get ill." Oh, the princess, what should I do? What should I do? Snow White take one of the leaves to cure the mushroom, and she let the horse eat it, and later the horse was strong again. The prince was very happy and thanked Snow White so much. The princess, do you like to go to my palace and tell me about more things in the forest? The Snow White said, I should ask my dad first." "Your dad?" asked the prince, very serious. "Yes," said Snow White. My seventh dad is a seven dwarf." "Aha," the prince says. And the prince get away. So Snow White go to the cabin to cook lunch for her dad to go home from work. The evil queen saw everything, like the magic mirror said. She see everything. She was so angry. She said, "I will kill her by myself." She said, "I will kill her by myself," she said. And she pretended to be a seller, the woman that sell apple, and and one of the apple or poison apple, and she knocked on Snow White's door. Knock, knock, knock. Snow White was opening the door and see the old woman and said, "What are you doing here? Are you trying to sell apples?" Snow White are cooking apple cake for her dad to come home from work, and her fingers and her face was full of flour, and the princess, the evil princess, "Do you like to take some apple?" The queen asked very kindly. She pretended to be kindly, and Snow White said, "Yes, it's great to taste your apple." Snow White tasted one of the poison apple. Then she fell on the ground. The queen was so happy that she laughed, "Ha ha ha!" And then the seven dads and the prince were walking home. The seven dads saw the prince from their way to home, and they were shocked to see that the lady that sell apple. So one of the dwarfs said, "Catch that woman!" And all the dwarfs were catching. When the prince sees Snow White like that, she put her in her bed, and when the seven dwarfs come home, they pick up the apple that Snow White ate and tell the prince, "This is the poison apple." Once one of the seven dwarfs said, "Snow White must eat that apple, the poison apple," and fell asleep. When the seven dwarfs go cooking, the prince sadly cooking. The prince filled his eye with tears. "Snow White, why are you waiting for me? Why are you waiting for me?" His tear touched Snow White's mouth, and she began to waking up. "Prince," Snow White said surprisingly, "Yes, I'm here to take you to my palace. Would you marry me?" Your seven dads said yes, and Snow White think that would be a great idea and said yes. And they all eat the lunch, and the afternoon they go to the palace, and the next morning there will be a wedding. And they all live happily ever after in the castle. Snow White to be the queen, and the evil queen come to Snow White wedding, and very shocked to see Snow White were alive, and the queen has died from that surprisingly. The queen was so surprised that she has died. So, do you like my stories? Comment for me. So, goodbye, see you later.